It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Washington Commanders and the Atlanta Falcons. And it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us down south to Mercedes-Benz Stadium on the west side of downtown Atlanta. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Partner, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500. That's what you love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely, and really, Mike, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put out in the field today and that one that we saw really go through some growing pains and struggles just a year ago.
Here's Matt Gay ready to get this one started. And off we go here in Atlanta. Ray McLeod on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Falcons set to take over here on offense. They'll be led out by the lefty from the University of Washington. It's Michael Penix.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year two. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year two, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year two is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
It's the first run of the game for Bijan Robinson. He looks forward for maybe a yard. The veteran Bobby Wagner in there on the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9. Another run here for Robinson. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Jordan McGee there on the stop. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Pitts is the man in motion. On 3rd down, Penix. That's complete. He's got it to London. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Here's 1st and 10. A give, and here comes Robinson. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Penix. Oh, a loose football. The Commanders come up with it. How about the defense getting to the quarterback, getting access to the ball, knocking it free, and coming up with the recovery?
I'd like to see the quarterback just be a little more secure with the ball, Mike. You can see he's just a little loose, especially when you're operating from the pocket. But give credit to the defender. Nice job attacking the ball, knocking it loose and recovering it, and that is a big takeaway here by this defense.
The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They are led by the former Heisman Trophy winner out of LSU, Jaden Daniels.
And even though he's just a rookie, Mike, I think it's safe to say Jaden Daniels, he is one of the most dynamic athletes that we have in the entire NFL at the quarterback position. And on top of that, he's not a one-dimensional player. Yes, he's going to make splash plays with his feet, and he's going to make some highlight reel plays. But he is a quarterback. He can make every throw. He's got great arm talent. If he can continue to find the balance between those two aspects, he's got a chance not to have just success today. He has a chance to have success for a long time in this league. Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Daniels to throw on second down. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one. Now it's going to be third down. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. He's got a man. It's McLaurin. 17 yards that time to number 17.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Finding the veteran tight end, Zach Ertz. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Gets a quick throw over to Samuel. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll motion over Samuel. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up third down. Third and a yard, it's Daniels. He pulls it in around the 5. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Commanders.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Commanders will take a 7-0 lead.
Commanders 7, Falcons 0.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. McLeod now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Falcons offense ready now for their second drive. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
On second down, Penix. Very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's going to take this one all the way. 76 yards. Touchdown, Atlanta.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession one. What are you going to do in response on possession two? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Younghoe Koo now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Falcons will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Austin Eckler now to return. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Commanders' offense ready for their second possession. They'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Now a quick throw taken in by Brown. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. Right side, catch made by McLaurin. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Well, it wasn't the most exciting throw of the day, but I want you to watch, Mike, is the suddenness of the route runner. Change of speed, change of direction. Those are the qualities of great route runners, and this guy's certainly one of them.
He'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now Daniels. He finds the veteran Ertz. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
A quick slant on the money to McLaurin. He is in. Harry McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
Now Gay for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Commanders will move out to a 14-7 lead.
14, Falcons 7.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. McLeod now to return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Here comes Drake London, the rest of that Atlanta offense getting set to take over once more. And he's had an early impact on this game. Sensational start, and you know they're going to be looking his way more as this game goes on. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And showing a little versatility as he takes this one forward up to the 34, a pickup of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They'll go again with Robinson. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a 1st down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. Throw over the middle, caught by London. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
We're going to go play action with Penix. He's got this to Bijan Robinson. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Play action. It's Penix. Going for it all. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down. They're able to convert on 3rd and short, picking up 4.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. On the give, it's Robinson. And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere. So after the loss on 1st, Here's 2nd and 14. One quarter in the books. It's the Commanders with the early lead. Greg and I back in Atlanta after this. On 2nd down, here's Penix. He'll get this to McLeod. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
4th down, and the Falcons turn to Younghoe Koo for the field goal. This is going to be from 53 yards out. This one off the upright. He had the distance, but it's no good. And they are not able to draw closer.
Mike, I'll tell you, off his foot, I thought he had it the entire way. I mean, sometimes you get lucky and the ball kind of kicks in off the upright, but other times you don't. And in this case, the upright sent it right back.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Robinson. And just a short pickup there to about the 44. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing now, Daniel. That's to the right side and incomplete. He was trying to hook up with Deebo Samuel that time. 3rd down coming up.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. Give him 13 on that screen play. And a 1st down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play calling. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
On 1st down, it's Robinson. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
A run here with the veteran. It's Austin Eckler. He'll take this down right to the edge of the red zone. 21. DeAndre Alford in on the stop. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. On the option, here's Robinson. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniel. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Terry McLaurin, touchdown Commanders. His second touchdown of this first half. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations.
And, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. So replay is going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. Gay to add the PAT. He gets it to go, and the Commanders will take a 21-7 lead.
Falcons 7.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Jamal Agnew now to return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Falcons offense and Drake London set to take over once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play. That is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Pitts is the man in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Penix. That's caught left side by Pitts. Second down and 8. From the gun, here is Penix. Finding room at midfield. Drake London. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 74 yards. Touchdown, Atlanta. A terrific job all the way around, especially after the catch, Greg, to take it to the end zone for a touchdown.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6. That is an impressive play, run after catch.
Here's Coop for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Falcons draw closer here. It's 21-14. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Eckler on the return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. There's Terry McLaurin and the Commanders offense heading out for their next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. On the zone read, here's Daniels. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down.
Good decision by the quarterback. In this situation, all you're looking to do is have a positive play. He decides to pull it, and that's exactly what he's able to do.
2nd and a yard. The tight end Ertz in motion. On play action, Daniels.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. And a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. They run over center with Robinson. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll give it to Eckler on the option. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that could all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
It's a give up the middle to Robinson. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7. On the ground, it's Robinson. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. Throwing is Daniels. Back to the sideline and intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take over here at their own 22.
And on a possession where the offense really had their way on the ground, they got to kind of go back to the drawing board and say, is it worth putting the ball in the air? Yes, we want to generate points. We want to push the ball downfield, but none of that matters if you're going to keep turning the ball over.
The Falcons offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Penix. He keeps it himself. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
They'll run it here with Robinson. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. The veteran Bobby Wagner in there on the stop. Now Penix to throw on 2nd down. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete. Drake London was the intended receiver there. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
That's complete to McLeod. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Commanders' offense and running back Brian Robinson on the field for their next drive. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. That'll be caught by the running back Robinson. And he'll mark him down up beyond the 30. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down. So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. Greg and I back to Atlanta in a moment. Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Here's a 2nd and 6. To throw is Daniels. He's got his tight end. There's Ertz. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeouts. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break. Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Throwing again, Daniels. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from it.
3rd down, 3 to go. To the air again is Daniels. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design. Sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Daniels gonna throw again. Very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
We see this time and time again in the NFL, Mike. You want to play quarterback at this level, you better figure out a way to be able to bounce back following a bad throw, a bad series, a bad game. And in this case, he's got to bounce back from a pick on the last drive, and he's got to find himself some easy completions and settle himself back into this one.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
He gets it to Samuel, left side. And he'll be taken down. And the offense will elect to burn a timeout. 5 seconds remaining in this second quarter. Matt Gay coming on for this field goal try. This about as short as you can get. Gay's kick is good. And the Commanders going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Three seconds, all that remain in this first half, as that one's away. The veteran Jamal Agnew going to bring it out. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So here at halftime, it's the visitors, the Commanders, who are out on top as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Here's Eckler on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Commanders offense and Jaden Daniels ready to take over once more. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Now Daniels. Look wide. Get this one complete. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
In a lot of offenses, Mike, these quick passes to the wide receivers really fall under the run category. Of course, they're going to go down as a forward pass, but to a lot of offensive coordinators in the league, it's a lot easier to pick up first and second down yardage on these quicks than it is to turn around and hand it off to your running back and count on blocking everybody.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, That ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
Now, this looks like a design run. Not much happening there, just a short game.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Here's a 2nd and 9. That's McLaurin open on the left side. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and goal now from just inside the 10-yard line. No handoff. He'll keep it himself. Marked down at the 6.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short game.
They need 6 for the touchdown. 2nd and goal. And they'll run out of the gun. Here comes Robinson. Looking for a seam, but will not find one. He'll take this down to the 4-yard line. Third and goal. Third and goal. It's Daniels. That one is caught beyond the pylon. Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, Washington. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Now Gay for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Commanders will extend this 3rd quarter lead.
Falcons 14.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. McLeod now to return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. So, as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Here's 1st and 10. Now Robinson. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
34-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. The throw on the run is complete. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, Just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Another run here for Robinson. And he'll get this to the 43-yard line. The veteran Bobby Wagner in there on the stop.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Here's 3rd and 7. From the gun on 3rd down. Here's Penix. Downfield, got a man, and he's got it. And he will score. Ray McCloud. Touchdown, Atlanta. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
On is Koo for the point after. It's up and through. And the Falcons are able to cut the deficit to 10. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Eckler on the return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. 1st and 10. A give, and here comes Robinson. He'll get in behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. Hayden Ellis in on that stop. Second and 7. They'll throw with Daniels. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He's got a man. It's McLaurin. It's a pickup of 13 yards. 1st down, Washington.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
On 1st down, Daniels. Quick throw, taken in. He's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, pitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
A handoff as they try to run it here. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They dropped him in the backfield.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Daniel. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Third and 9. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Commanders add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
After the field goal, back out is Gay to kick this one off. McLeod now to return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Falcons offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. And he was unguardable in the first half. You see the numbers as they try to add to those here in the 3rd quarter. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Deron Payne there for the stop. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the gun, here is Penix. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
On 1st down, it's Penix. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First and 10 now from the 36. Throwing again, it's Penix. Left side in the hands of London. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 5. That is a gain of 20. What a chance now. First and goal coming up.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the fourth quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's first and goal.
That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
From the 2 now, here's second and goal. To throw again, it's Penix. And he will score! Game on! Ray McCloud! Touchdown Falcons! That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Koo able to add the extra point. And the Falcons are back within 6. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up second and short. They'll go again with Robinson. And he'll have a Commander's first down as the tackle's made just shy of the 40.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
On first down, right back to Robinson. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Right side, pulled in by Samuel. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock. He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
There's that man again. Another catch. 12 yards on that hookup. Good for a Commander's first down.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
On the give, it's Robinson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Samuel has it working the middle. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the fourth quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So, really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
Off the zone read, Daniels going to hang on to it. He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line.
I don't mind the call. Down here this close to the goal line, you're trying to account for the extra defenders. In this case, you're trying to read them, but give credit to the defense. They had the running back accounted for and the quarterback.
Ball at the 3, 2nd down and goal. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Brian Robinson, touchdown Commanders. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
The offense staying put. They will go for 2. Here's Daniel. That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. McLeod now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Penix. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
That one is caught by Mooney.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Penix on third down. That's complete. He's got it to London. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
Critical third down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the fourth quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Pitts is the man in motion. Again, it's Penix. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. Penix going to throw again. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
On first down, it's Robinson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
They'll throw on first down with Penix. Open man down the field, Mooney. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down.
These comebacks, they require a lot of trust and timing from everybody involved. If the quarterback's a little too early, the receiver's not out of his break. But if the quarterback's a little too late, that's when disaster can strike. So give credit. Really well timed. Really nice job by both guys.
Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
He's got it at the 7. It is a gain of 23 yards, and now they'll have 4 shots at it. It's first and goal.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be second and goal.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least served.
Oh, he feels the pressure, and he'll go down back at the 6. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Big play, third and goal coming up. They'll drop to throw. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And he's not going to get there. They stopped him at the goal line. It's a turnover on downs.
Turnover on down.
Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. And as we look back at some of the highlights of this one, Greg, definitely a lot to show from the passing game.
Yeah, and as good as the offense feels about their passing game, I think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got a lot of learning to do because you just get burned time and time again. You'd think at some point you'd make an adjustment and make a correction. So at this point, they've given up 4 touchdown passes. You're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL giving up that production in one phase of the game.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap, and they'll give it to Robinson. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Here's Robinson. And he'll get the 1st down there, a pickup of about 5 yards. Now a give up the middle, and that'll be a pickup of 3. Now the Falcons will use their 3rd final timeout, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. On the handoff, it's Robinson. And he'll weave his way down close to that 1st down. Going to come up just a little shy. It's going to be 3rd down and short. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And he will have the Commanders' 1st down. They are able to move the sticks. It's a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the 1st down.
Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So, a win here on the road for the Commanders. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did.